an icon, not only for the country, but the continent, indeed. And you're reacting with much sadness and shock today.
Yeah, I think the world, I won't say South Africa, the world has lost our own mother of the nation. A fearless mother, a gallant fighter, a cadre, a comrade, a person who became the voice of the voiceless when the leadership was in exile or in prison. This is the mother whom the security branch and the apartheid will threaten her not even to attend funerals of the fallen MK soldiers, or be it Apla. I think.
And there's one in Katlehong that comes to mind.
Yeah, there was this. Yeah, because they announced the night before that she must dare not touch or set her foot in Katlehong, but with her audacity and courage, daringly, she defied the security branch. But this is the only woman that was singled out of many. Many people were arrested, but to banish her, remove her from Soweto to an unknown place called Brantford in the Free State. It showed the impact and how much she was feared. This most beautiful woman was somebody who had that kind of beauty, could have participated in other abstract things, but as if it was not enough to keep Mandela and other leaders behind bars, but still they had to harass her. You know,
and such was her defiance of spirit and resilience that she chose at great personal risk to drive from Brantford to attend the June 16th uprisings and the protests, of which you played a great part.
That's another significance, to show the defiance, that she was prepared to suffer the consequences of her actions. I mean, when the June 16th thing was announced, when she knew that such a big event was going to take place on the 16th of June, she defied the entire might of apartheid regime. She addressed the students alongside with TAT on top of a Kobe. This is the mother we have, that took care and cared for the people living in the shacks, you know, people who did not know who would defend them. She was forever down on earth, prepared to defend the downtrodden.
Why do you think she became such a unique, such a strong link between the ANC of that time and young black revolutionaries?
She became a symbol because the leadership was in exile in prison. She became one of the political widows. When you talk of Mama Sisulu, Mama Mutwaledi, Mama Mkwai, they became political widows whilst their husbands were languishing in prison behind bars. And one has a personal story. Many people could testify what Winnie did. When the security branch, because I'm saying the security branch, they made a confession before the TRC. When they attacked my Pinville home with hand grenades, the first people to come before either your ambulance or police.
This was back in 1988.
The first residents or a leader that decided to come either to inspect the house that was attacked with hand grenades was Mama Winnie Mandela. I mean, she was effective, proactive, prompt, and this is the person who would risk, you know, her life for me and you. So there will never be another person like this kind of an icon that was prepared to speak up, an icon that will always say to people living in tin shacks, they will never eat votes. You know, people who are hungry cannot eat votes, and she was. I mean, people who have worked with correctional services will tell you how humiliated she was behind bars when there was sanitation and other things. The security branch never stopped. She was the only person among others that was a target of Stratcom, you know, the propaganda machinery of the apartheid regime. She was rubbished, you know, tarnished, etc., but she prevailed and survived.
All right, speaking of vote, she did accompany President Cyril Ramaphosa very recently, last month actually, on that voter registration campaign in Soweto. And she was upbeat, she was optimistic, she insisted on attending the event at Maponia Mall. So to the end, she was loyal to her party and very confident that the chasms or the widening chasms or gaps we're seeing within the ANC now can and will be bridged.
Well, this is the person who belonged to all. She was a Methodist ardent believer, but she would attend other obviously faiths. This is the person, as you are saying, even when your Soweto theatre was launched, Mama was there. Okay, you talk about the Easter period. that we find ourselves rapping it. Mama again attended to show her loyalty and allegiance to God. So this is a person who was balanced, not an atheist, a person that drew strength and inspiration for God Almighty. So Mama was the mother of all of us. Mama was prepared to risk her life for all of us, and Mama suffered to the very end.
And she also chose to live in Soweto with the people till the very end. In her biography, she says, and I'm quoting now, "For every situation I found myself in, you can read the political heat in the country." And this was her very uncanny, unique quality she had, where she could put her finger on the pulse of the nation and read the mood of the people.
You talk of beauty and the brains.
Yes.
You talk of courage and intelligence. That's Mama Winnie.
She was
this is
dynamite.
the person that epitomized all of them. I think she was courage epitomized, or courage personified. Mama, as I said, I continue to say, she was fearless. She was courageous. She was a gallant, iconic, leader. She was there when, as I said, at the time when apartheid made sure that organizations were banned. She was there at the time when leadership was in exile. She was there when, at the time, the media was gagged. She was there at the time when there were death squads and the disappearance of comrades. People were thrown out of moving trains, the Stratcos and the Third Force. She was there.
All right, we are running out of time. You spent some time with Mama Winnie at the 80th birthday celebrations last September. She still displayed a zest for life and that inclusivity, that spirit of inclusiveness coming through very much.
I need to say that she was not happy about certain movies that were done about her from overseas. To answer your question, at that birthday she mentioned something that it was about time in 2018 there's a film documentary about her, speaking about her life journey, not people acting and other people come from other parts of the world. And currently, as I speak to you, her part was done. There's a film documentary about Winnie's life, and she made sure that in December I'm part of that film, and now Barbara King is working on it. They are wrapping it up. So the whole world will hear Mama Winnie. The timing was perfect because she spoke her part of the film documentary. Now she's gone, returned to the creator. But people are going to hear her now speaking about her life journey. Herself now, not somebody else narrating.
Thank you, Mzwakhe Mbuli, the people's poet, joining us right here at the SABC studios. Thank you for sharing your insights with us so generously on the news desk. We do appreciate the time you've made for us on this especially difficult day. Let's move on.